let me quickly tell you why myself and my team sat down and thought about, okay, what can we do for the community before the end of the year, right? And personally, I am a big fan of uh, I have to model my life after someone that is doing well in the field I want to pursue. And I'm a big fan of mentorship. I'm a big fan of looking up to someone. I don't really believe in I have to do it all alone. I believe it is quite stressful to be like I want to find my route. I want to do this myself. I want to do it myself. I don't need anybody's help. I can do it. I can go to YouTube. I can watch all the videos on YouTube. I can do this. I can do that. Yeah, it works for some people, but I believe that when I have someone to look up to, yeah, I set a standard for myself, and when I reach that person's standard, I tend to look up to someone else and set another standard for myself, and that is just how I've been doing my thing, right? And we then sat down and thought, okay, what can we do for this community? And something ringed into my mind, or two things. Yeah, this is the first one tonight, and the second one is coming very soon after tonight. Something ringed into my mind, and it's this: a lot of people are struggling in the forex market. True or false? True. And a lot of people actually hear tales of successful traders, but the truth is that they do not know how these traders become successful. Now, I ask myself this question again: who can we bring that his life, his story can be modeled after? And the truth is that we have a lot of excellent traders online. Like, I've met with a lot of excellent traders. I've related with a lot of excellent traders. But one particular trader, I know his story because I think the first time I met him online was last year, sometimes last year, while we were at Omotayo Space. And ever since then, I've been following him. Uh, I go through a lot of people's trades, and I am the kind of person that take note of people. I don't talk too much, but one thing I do is I am quite detail oriented, and uh, I started noticing some kind of I like the way this trader places himself is quite amazing. And ever since I discovered that, I started taking note of him on every single trade, on every single thing he posts online. And you know the funny thing, last year December, when I had that spoke, it was like he started with Profane, and he made I think as at last year December, he said by this particular time I am already up by $1 million in funding. I was like, wow, okay. I also want to get to $1 million last year, and I was like, okay, this is very very interesting because I got to discover Profane very very late last year, and I was like, someone already has already done what I am just about getting started. Wow, this is interesting. And come January, that was like, I will do this, I will do that, I will achieve this, I will achieve that. Now, a lot of people online might think, oh, this guy is proud, this guy is blah 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 blah. No, I do not see it from that perspective. I've never I saw it from the perspective of this guy have no mad self-esteem. Yeah, it's tiny to define high self-esteem and pride, but I see it from that perspective that wow, like the standard this guy is setting for himself and what he says online and all like that. And all of a sudden, in 3 months' time, he posted, I've already achieved 100,000 US dollars. I was like, wow, like what the fuck? We are still talking about, he's still talking about, are we making a lot of money this year and all like that. March, I still remember first 3 months because I wrote it down. DAX, DAX made his first 100,000 US dollars from trading. I was like, mad. $100,000 as at that time was about 75 million naira. I can't forget because this is thing, like I said, I'm quite detail oriented and I don't forget that particular month. It was first 3 months. I told my babe, like, wow, one of our guys online just made $100,000 from trading in 3 months. And then after he achieved $100,000, a lot of people will be like, after all, he has hit a milestone. He should stop, he should relent. But no, this bro didn't stop, man. He didn't stop at all. And he said, I want to do more. I can do more. I will do this, I will do that. And few weeks back, I saw his blurry screenshot online, a screenshot that was blurred online. And he said, I hit my first 7 figures from trading. I was like, oh my God. Like that day, I was blown, honestly speaking. And I thought to myself that a lot of traders want to start from ground zero. Who can speak to them? Who can show them this is how I did it and this is where I am right now? And the reason why I called DAX is because he put it out there that he's going to achieve this, and he achieved it from ground zero to where he is right now. He's the perfect person to tell you his story and his secret so that next year you can model yourself around how he did it. Now, the truth about this event is this event tonight is going to change a lot of people. Now, I know for sure that a lot of people are here. Eh? They just want to hear the story. They are not going to do anything about it. Well, that's your personal problem. Like, I really do not care. But it is for you that after hearing his story, he promised to share us a secret. You will sit down and write your plan around it. And you will promise yourself that you promise yourself and God that you will achieve greatness come 2024. Like there is no room for any of us here to not achieve greatness come 2024. So sit down, listen. We will not accept any other speaker, right? And there will not be room for any question. What we want you to do tonight is to sit down and listen and write every single point you can take home because it is going to transform your mind, your life, right? So tonight, I have with me my co-host Adekoyo Damilola, UCT, and Oyeshola Abayomi. These are my team members, and we've worked very hard to make this possible. We've been brainstorming and okay, who can we call? Who can finally we have Dax. And tonight Dax will be sharing with us how he came from nothing. He slept on the floor for months to where he is in trading right now. So Dax, you have the floor. The floor is all yours. So take the time you want to take to talk to us tonight. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Dipo, for giving me this opportunity. Yeah. All right. So I was going to host the space, which is going to be my third space this year. Explain a few things here, but I guess I will just say everything here and probably not host the space anymore. So yeah, I am Dax for everyone who doesn't know me, and that's my real name. In case you For those that are curious, yeah, that's my real name, and it means leader. Yeah, and I guess that name has been, doing wonders in my life so far. All right, so just here to share my story, and most importantly, tell you guys or share with you guys how you can scale from 0 to 100 in a short period of time. Yes, in a short period of time, because I know a lot of traders who've been trading for many years now, and they're always like they believe you can't become a profitable trader within a very short period of time. Yeah, they believe you have to be in the industry for about 5-10 years before you actually make something significant out of trading, which is not true. So I think I broke the jinx. I don't know. I know a few other traders who also did the same, yeah. But I think I did break that jinx of have to be in the industry for so long before you probably achieve something as a trader. Yeah, so I am still new to trading. I joined the space or the industry late late 2021, and I will start the story from there. Yeah. I'm here to share my trading story and every other part of my life. I think I'm still going to keep it private. But trading, yeah, I started trading, and the reason why I started trading as well, yeah. So back in 2021, I started 2021 as a normal um, e-commerce guy, yeah. And then I was lazy. I mean, I'm someone who I wasn't per se lazy, but I always wanted something, she just put my money in something and then that thing generates money for me. So I got lazy due to the fact that I kept my money with Rackstelly, yeah. And I was earning at least 50% of 50% profit, yeah, monthly. That is a ROI, 50% ROI monthly. So that got me really, really lazy. And, the guy told us I was trading Forex. So they were trading forex with the money and crypto and all that. So I was like, wow, they can get 50% of my capital every month. Do I really need to work again? So I thought about it and I decided, okay, I don't even need to stress myself anymore. Let me just give this guy and then, make 50% of my capital, 50% profit of my capital every month and just enjoy the money here. So it was working out really well. I got my first ever car from the profits. Yeah, I got my first ever car from the profits. I was living life the first phase of 2021, which is the first quarter of 2021. I was really enjoying life because the money was coming in. That's a profit. So I decided to go bigger again. That was towards February. I decided to go bigger of February or March. Decided to go bigger. Decided to invest everything because I had plans of getting a Benz. Yeah, so I wanted to get a Benz, a home, retire my mom. Do a lot of stuff with the profit here because it's a Ponzi scheme, but no one actually knew it was a Ponzi scheme then. So with everything the guys always saying, they said I have reserve and all that. So I invested so much into that um guy or that Rackstelly. I had so much faith in him. So I decided to dissolve a couple of my landed properties and all that. Yeah, I dissolved all of them, and then the whole summed up. Literally everything I had then all summed up to about 100 million naira, which is now currently equivalent to $100,000. Yeah, so I dissolved everything and then put everything in it. I think the plan I did then was five, which was topaz, about five topaz. Yeah, five topaz. Yeah, five topaz and one of 5 million or so. But that topaz was like the BS. Yeah, I did about five. And the next month, I was expecting a huge, return. And then that was the same month. It's a really funny story. Yeah. That was the same month that scheme crashed. That was the same month. That month, I decided to go hard or go home. That month, I decided to go big and, buy my Benz. That was the same month that guy decided to crash and all that. Yeah. I was really devastated there. I was really down, but I had a couple of money with me as well. So I decided to pursue trading myself, since that was what the guy was doing, and then probably lost money or so. And that period as well, I also gave money to Will's Kingdom. I'm not sure if anyone here knows Will's Kingdom. Yeah, so I gave the guy money as well. I was also trading, and the guy also crashed. So I was like, why are these forex traders crashing? Why exactly? What's going on? So I went online, started to know if there are other traders out there, right? And I came across Q Banks and Co. And I also came across Nigerian trader, which was my first video or the first time I noticed Abby was on YouTube in 2021 when someone interviewed her. I think it was Jeff. So I was like, if these guys can actually do this and are making money consistently from trading, why can't I? So I started to pursue trading. Then I got my first mentor. I paid him huge sum, huge sum. Yeah, the guy started. He taught me how to use indicators and all that. He didn't even introduce forex. He introduced me to synthetics, and then he just showed me this and that, and then I demonstrated. You know, using what the guy showed me. Yeah, so I demonstrated for a month. So I was so happy that I'd learned how to trade and I would make so much money. I was so happy that I started telling all my friends that, bro, I'll make so much money from this trading. As at then, I didn't even get the basic knowledge. So I was calling synthetic markets the forex markets. The guy didn't teach me. So I started demo trading, and then for a whole month, I said I was going to test it for a whole month, and if I do well, I'll fund the next month. So the whole month, after the whole month, I did so well on the demo account. I did so well. I was so happy within me. I said, wow, this is time to quit every other thing and just focus on trading. And I was going to make so much. I was so happy. Then the next month came. I deposited $2,000. As at then, it was 1 million naira. I deposited $2,000. And I placed my first trade. And within 1 minute, I saw $2,000 down to about $7. I thought, my first ever deposit there, so I thought it wasn't real. I decided to go to bed, sleep, and I'll wake up to my money because that is real money. So I slept, woke up, the money is in there, and that's cool. So that's, instead of that to, weigh me down and just quit trading, I decided to seek more knowledge. So that was the same day, that same day. It happened, I lost that money within a minute here. I slept, woke up. Before 12 p.m., I woke up and I was charged up again to pursue trading further. Yeah. So I actually figured, I don't know what happened, but I figured that I needed more knowledge, I guess. So I figured I needed more knowledge or something. Yeah. So I reached out to a guy called Rondo. I don't know how I came across him, or I reached out to a lady. Then a lady introduced me to a guy. Yeah. So I reached out to a lady that we started this trading or whatever together. We started Rackstelly and Co together. That she's now trading. She was then trading there. So I asked her, bro, I just lost this amount of money to trading now. How are you trading? Who are you learning from? Then she introduced me to Rondo. And Rondo, I paid for his course. I went through the course. I started getting it. I realized what the other guy taught me wasn't really forex, and then there was difference between forex and aesthetic markets. So I knew all of this. I start from the basic knowledge again and all of that. Then I realized that okay, I think I need to really go deep. I wanted to know a lot more since I was lagging. So I decided okay, this video course ain't enough. It's not actually enough for me. So I told Rondo, yeah, bro, come down to Lagos. I want to see you in person. I want to learn from you in person. So he charged me as well, which is very much okay. So he charged me, and then after that time, I had a vehicle. I had a ride. The ride I got from the profits from Braxton here. So I sold the ride off just to pay for the tuition. Yeah, to pay for the tuition and all that, and have extra money to fund after learning. Because I was at that point, after losing that money, I was just like, it's either trading or trading. Because I don't want to. I felt like that was just the only thing. I don't know why. I just felt like it is only trading I want to do, and then I would stick with it no matter what happens. So I called him over, and then for a whole week here, I was learning. The first day, I thought it was probably hard because I wasn't getting it until I, stayed up all night because I was so passionate. I just wanted to really understand it. Yeah. So I stayed up all night watching the videos again and then, learning and all that. And that same day I got it. Then the next day, for the whole week, yeah, it was, a very smooth lecture. And then I got back home the next week. I funded about $50. And that same week, I was able to take my $50 to about $200 profit here. And that was the first time I ever withdrew from the market. Now, this is where it gets interesting, yeah. Now, that withdrawal, I was able to withdraw $200, which was then equivalent to, I don't know, maybe 75,000 naira or so. So, since I was able to withdraw that, I knew that this trading is actually real, right? I knew it was real and I could make money off it. But I still had the mindset that I could probably earn maybe 100K weekly or 100K monthly, whatever. So that was one of my issues back then. But anyway, since I withdrew that money, I said to myself, I'm actually going to stick to this gated until I get it. Then I was, I would go online again to see those are actually doing well. There was this time I saw Abby posted a withdrawal of 1 million naira, and I was like, bro, this guy made 1 million naira. That's cool. That means I can do it too, yeah. So I, put in a lot of effort, put in a lot of hard work to just really getting it, you know, all through the months until June. Now before June, I was able to take $50. Yeah, $50. Yeah, to 2,000. Is it 2,000? 2,000? No, 10,000. Yeah, $10,000. Yeah, that was it. I think Rondo would remember. Yeah, that was in 2021. I was able to take my $50 up until, is it 5,000 or 10,000? I'm guessing the first one was 5,000. So immediately I made that 5,000. I went to price. I went to price a Lexus car. I wanted to because I was proud of myself, and I got that by not sleeping. That But 3 days continuously, I was just trading, trading, and trading, and trading. Then I, went to price a Lexus car and all that. But my mistake was not withdrawing the profit. So I got greedy, wanted to make more, and I ended up losing everything. That was when I realized that okay, I need to learn more again. And then one thing about losses for me is it gives me an opportunity to further my, broaden my knowledge. Because I, whenever I probably lose, I mean that was then anyway. I feel like I don't know enough, which was the reason why if I actually realized what I know now, I'm pretty sure I would have made a lot of money from trading back in 2021, right? But my mentality basically was whenever I take losses or a loss, I probably lack knowledge and I need to evolve again. So that was it. So whenever I take losses like that back to back, I just learn something else, and that was my problem. So you guys have to take note of that in case you're probably going through the same thing. When probably you're taking losses now and you feel it is the strategy you're trading. That's the problem, whereas you are the problem. But anyway, we'll get back to that. So, after losing the money, I felt like what Rondo taught me wasn't working again, and I needed to learn something else. So I reached out to someone who is my mentor here, who was my mentor, Charles Osagi, right? So I reached out to him and I lamented, yeah. I told him, bro, I just lost everything I've saved up, and then so he advised me. He advised me. He said my problem, basic number one problem was lack of confidence here. So he told me I lacked confidence, and then I needed to build that and work on all that. So we both enrolled for one course back then, and the course was about 40 videos long. I had to stay indoors. I had to forget about every other thing, every other activity outside, and focus on just watching those videos. He also advised me to stop trading during that time, the losing streak then. So he advised me to stop trading for at least a month and focus on just learning. So I actually stayed indoors watching the videos day and night. That was my life. I would literally stay indoors without food at times, if I have food or not. But my life was just wake up, watch the videos, repeat daily, every day, every day, every day, every day. That was just life for me. Until I was able to understand it. Then I started sharing my chats. Then, it all started like that. Then moving to November 2021, I was already seeing results. I didn't have money at all through August, all through my birthday, which was September 1st. Just September in 2021. I even cried. I remember crying because, after going through all of that, losing everything I have and all that, yeah, and having to start all over. So I don't know how it happened, but I got $50 back then again. So after, spending time getting knowledge and all that, working on myself. So I got $50 again. And that $50, I was able to take the $50 to $5,000 or $2,500 then or so. Yeah, it's about 5,000 or 2,500. And I withdrew it in there. And one thing I was doing back then was this: I wasn't compiling because I already learned from my previous mistake here, which it was not withdrawing my profits. So since I already learned from that mistake, I decided, whenever I flip the $50 to like 100, I tend to withdraw the $50 profit, and then that was increasing my confidence. I was able to go back to the chart, trade, make money, and then that also made me love trading more, right? And also dedicate my whole life to it. So yeah, that was how we started. In November, I started seeing results, little results and all that. And people started reaching out to me as well. I had phobia for trading and for teaching then back then, yeah. So I couldn't teach because I used to stutter, right? So I couldn't teach. So I used to stutter and I wanted to, and I actually believe the fastest way to learn, right? You actually learn faster as well if you can show people what you're doing. And I also believe if you cannot, your skills here, if you cannot explain what you're doing to someone else, I believe you don't know it well enough, right? I believe you don't know it well enough. And for me, I believe whenever you teach, you also learn twice, right? Because it's a very good thing when you're advising someone, actually telling someone that, okay, you see this trade, you do it like this, you do it like this, you do it like this, and you're not applying it. But I believe you're able to tell someone that thing repeatedly, right? You yourself, when you're trading and you see that thing, you probably won't do it again because you remember telling someone, compared to when it's just you, yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but that also helped me. So I started, trying to, build up people together and try to show them what I was doing because a lot of people were coming to me. I was, getting little results and all that. And that was how it all started. Then 2021 came. I went ghost because I had, one thing about me is I tend to set goals for myself. Scary goals for myself each year. So 2021 came, I said I was going to do 10,000. That's my goal for 2021 anyway. Yeah, sorry, 2022. Sorry, that was last year. 2022. I said I was going to do $10,000, and I went ghost mode for about 3 months, trying to just perfect my craft. I needed to really understand trading because I felt like there is still something about trading that I do not know yet, right? Because I always, I tend to seek knowledge, just like my mentor taught me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you don't know yet, so I went off watching videos, different kind of videos, paying for courses. Whenever I get money, I just pay this person. I want to learn what you're doing. I want to learn. And that was my life. I learned. I got used to just learning and learning and learning and learning, right? And so all through the period while I was just away from the internet, away from everywhere, away from anyone, right? I was just building up myself. But I also realized that I was being distracted at home. Mind you, I actually lived alone, but I lived in Lagos. But I I wasn't I was still distracted. I had girls anyway. I had people, who come over to look for me. And that was a big distraction to me as a trader. Right? That was a big distraction for me. So I needed somewhere where I would just stay off without anyone coming to see me and all that, yeah. So I decided that one day, I just woke up one day, I decided, okay, I'm going to leave Lagos. So I left everything in Lagos and I went down to Akure with my friends there. So getting there, I saw a room. I was given. I was supposed to stay in a room, yeah, where others are staying. There are about 3 or 4 rooms there in the house, and I was going to share the room. But I left Lagos. I left my own room to focus. Come focus here. So, getting there, I realized I have to share a room, and that is going to somehow affect me or affect my purpose down there. So I took the empty room. They had an empty room there. So I took the empty room, and that was it. The room was so empty, it wasn't even painted. The floor was it's a crazy place. So, but I knew what I was there for. I knew what I was there for. So I took the room and I went there with my TV set, with my trading setup here. And that was just it. So I focused. My life was basically just trading and understanding. Last year, I always wanted to just understand the craft. My goal for last year was to perfect my craft. My goal for last year was to perfect my craft, yeah. And by September, I was able to do that. A lot of people started coming to me, bro, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do that? I want to learn and all that. And that's pretty cool. So I started teaching people as well. So I felt like, okay, I think it's time for me to reach out to other people. And that was when I decided to join Twitter. So I decided to join Twitter. And yeah, my first tweet on Twitter was in September last year. It was in September, probably my birthday or so. That was my first tweet here. And then ever since I started posting my results. Now, that wasn't just a progress for me because I was already, seeing results. I was already making withdrawals while I was there on the floor there, yeah. I decided not to change it because it helped me focus, right? It also helped me wake up really early because waking up early and sleeping late became a habit. How and why? How is because the floor is very, very cold. So I actually dread sleeping there. And even though I was using the duvet, even though I was using the duvet, I still just didn't like it because sleeping on that floor, whenever I wake up in the morning there I actually have backache and backache and all that. So I just didn't like sleeping there. So instead of complaining or not doing anything or going to the other rooms to sleep, I decided to just focus the whole attention or just take my attention away from that floor and just put the whole what's it called? The whole attention on my trading space, and that was it. I was putting my time. I think I was staying up until 2 a.m. and I was sleeping as late as 4 or 5:30 a.m. Yeah, yeah. So I was sleeping. I was up until 2 a.m. and I would wake up around 5:30. Yeah. So that was my routine all through the month. Yeah. Then I made my first withdrawal. Also, I didn't think about my prop firm. Prop firm journey basically. I started trading prop firm since 2021, and I kept failing until I passed my first prop firm in August. Yeah, I passed my first prop firm in August and made my first withdrawal as well in August. Now, I didn't come to Twitter before I did that. I came to Twitter when I realized I'm now seeing results here. I came to Twitter, I started putting myself out there after I started seeing results, after I made my first withdrawals. I think a lot of people would remember. I think Rose knew me back then from way back. A lot of people from here, they know me from way back from 2022. Yeah, so I made my first withdrawal from proper accounts after losing multiple accounts. Yeah, I made my first withdrawal in 2022. That was in August. Yeah. Then after that, I decided, okay, I think it's time for me to show the world what I can do or what I'm capable of here. So that was it, and then the journey was still rough, but I was already, compared to the first year, my first trading year, which was 2021, my birthday was in September. Yeah, I cried because I had lost everything and I wasn't happy. But 2022, I was happy because I had made my first withdrawal from prop firm, and I had enough money to enjoy myself for the first time. So, um, fast forward to when I came back to Lagos, right? I still didn't hit the $10,000 goal I set for myself, which was last year. I didn't hit it. Then December, after coming back to Lagos, somehow a lot of people actually reached out because they saw my progress, and they saw my results, and they reached out and they got me account. Then I got the account, and then the goal basically was to be funded at least $1 million here. So, and then December, I traded the account all through November, December, and then December, before the end of December, I was funded $1 million. I haven't made any withdrawal yet. So if anyone noticed, I changed my bio to $1 million funded trader. That was in January this year. That was in January. So this year again, I said to myself, my goal for this year was $100,000. Yeah, at least before December, I wanted to make 100,000 because I had $1 million prop firm account. So I had everything planned out. I mean, I had my plans. Omotayo, I think I had a call with Omotayo where I was explaining my whole plan and all that to her. Yeah. So, even though the whole plan didn't work out, I lost the whole account all in February. Yeah, in February. Now this is where it all got interesting, like really, really interesting, and everything I did up from February until now, I'm going to explain to you guys. So I thought I was really, making progress with my life and all that, and I was really doing well with trading until February when another losing streak, when I went to another losing streak and I lost. Was it February or January? Yeah, January. So I went to another losing streak and I lost all my funded accounts, and I started from zero again. Now back then I was in a rented apartment. That was my own apartment here, which I was paying about $50 monthly. That was 2,000 naira monthly, yeah. So I was really worried. I was like, okay, how am I going to get the next month's payment? I was really worried. So I decided, okay, I needed to take a break from everything and just focus on myself. And one thing about me is whenever I make mistakes or go through something, I tend to look for the solution. Instead of sitting down and crying, I said, okay, I wanted to look for a solution instead. Right. So I sat down, and then what was the problem? Number one thing is to just figure out what the problem was or is, and then look for a solution to it. So I told them, I said, okay, why did I lose this account? What is going on with me? And all that, right? So I realized something here. I realized it was too much of information. And I know a lot of you guys are going through this now. And this is something you need to take note of, right? So remember I said I was actually used to, learning new things every time. And then I could actually learn something right now, spend my time to perfect that thing here and start seeing results. Then I'll see someone else do something, yeah, and I would want to learn that same thing again and try to implement the same thing. So that period where I would try to implement a new thing, I would go through losses, right? So let's, for instance, yeah, I learned Rose style of trading, and I want to apply it now. I want to, I have to take my time. One thing about me is I don't demo trade, so I rather get a profit account to trade it, to just study or practice with here. So that was what I was doing. Whenever I see someone doing something and I like, I'll, pay the person, learn from the person, then try to practice what the person would actually learned. And I was doing that consistently. I was doing that. I was doing it, whenever I learn from this one, I want to practice it and also implement it. Practice and also implement it. So during that implementation period, yeah, of course you won't get it at once. Of course you won't get it at once. So that period where you're trying to get it, where I am trying to get it, I go through losses. Losses. Now, After getting it, when I start seeing results, I'll see something else again and try it again. So I was going through that same thing every time until February, when I went through the last phase, when I decided, okay, I would stop this. This is one of my problems. I'm going to stop this and just focus on what I know. Then I also came up with the idea to just cut short everything I knew back, because I had a lot of information, a lot of information. Like ICT had these videos, this album, this 2022 or ICT. I think it was about 40 something videos here, and I sat down to watch every single video. And we all know how ICT rants in all those videos here. Actually watch everything, so I understood everything. I had a lot of information. There is no trader out there or any course that you would mention that I don't have or haven't seen or haven't watched. Take my time to watch, yeah. So I decided to just cut out everything. I actually went off the grid. That was in February. Yeah. I went off the grid to just focus on myself and know what I was doing wrong. So I came up with this idea to just cut short everything I knew and simplify it. That was when I came back. Most of you would see that I started saying I had this say, which was keep it simple, yeah. Keep it very simple, or something like that. Keep it simple, yeah. Or study hard, trade easy. Keep it simple, yeah. So I decided to just keep everything simple, and what I was just looking for in the market was just basic stuff, like basic, just the structure and liquidity, then my entry, and that was just all I was doing. Then in February, after I discovered that, I came up with my own model, my own trading model after hours and weeks of backtesting. I think I did GBP USD price action, about 2 years price action, or 3 years if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and that period I was off. I was off the grid. There was no post from me anywhere. As a matter of fact, my phone wasn't really with me. So that period is when I was studying really, really hard. I wanted to come up with something I think works all the time. And also, yeah, how was I able to come up with my own model? I tend to learn from people who are doing it in the space here. So there's something about me here. If I see someone doing something here, I ask myself, how did this person do this thing? Which is one reason why I think I'm actually on this space now, right? Why? How did I do it? And why did I do it? And all that. And which is why I think a lot of people will want to learn as well. So that's the person I am as well. I mean, I know a lot of traders don't make it off trading here. A lot of traders are failed. A lot of traders actually fail traders. They don't really make it off trading. But those, say that 1% of traders that actually made it off trading, how did they do it? How I always wanted to know. So the only way to actually know is through going through their profiles or their content here, their YouTube and all that. So I was going through surfing to the internet, which is YouTube. Yeah, I went through a lot of traders and I came across Paladin's video where he talked about setup, about having one setup or so, yeah. So I was like, okay, so this guy trades only this setup, so he waits for price to present only this setup, then he trades it, and I was able to do 250k withdrawal or profit accounts, okay, and that was still in February. So I was like, okay, let me look for something that works, that I think um one setup I think works at least 80% of the time. Let's say from 10 trades would work 8 times. So I went to my chart, started looking for something, and then I saw something, I came across something, and then it made a lot of sense. Then I went to other traders as well. I saw Q Banks as well. I went through his live trades and I realized that this guy trades just one type of setup. And that's cool. And I'm someone who trades a random setup. I don't even that back then I didn't even have any particular setup. I just trade anything randomly because I have a lot of information there. Like it
Hello,
was
can you guys
just
hear
too
me?
much. Yes, please, I can.
Sean, don't mind.
Hello, can you hear me, please? The co-host. Hello? The co-host, can you hear me, please?
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you.
Hi. I was about to scream, bro. All right. So I'm gonna keep it very short here. No, you guys give me time now. You guys give me enough time. Jesus. All right. So I was able to come up with something that I think out of 10 times, it worked 8 or 9, most times 9 times. And I was really amazed. Yeah. Now I needed confidence. Now I needed discipline as well to just stick to that thing. That was when I decided, okay, I also need discipline to stick to this particular thing I want to, start doing now. Then I went through Tom Ugad about how traders or why traders actually lose and all sort of things. I watched a lot of videos. That period, I was off to create. No one actually knew where I was or anything about me. And this was me working on myself day and night. I wasn't even sleeping. Yeah, probably my sleep time was about 2 hours daily. And I was working really, really hard, trying to really figure it out. And I came up with that method, my own method. Yeah, this was me merging a method I learned from different people. So I was able to come up with my own method here that I backtested and studied really, really hard to learn. So in March, I got an account. I came out in March again. I got an account, and I started seeing results. And I was like, bro, this thing is very, very hot. I said, okay, to boost my confidence, let me see if I'm the only one who is actually seeing this result or something. Eh. So I started doing live trading sessions with my community, and we were seeing results as well. And I was like, out of 10 trades, we'll probably get about 8 trades. And I was making money. I was passing prof accounts, and I was like, whoa, wow! I think I just figured out trading. Then I said to myself, okay, now it's time to upgrade my trading account. Of course, I mean my trading system or my trading space here. I said it was time to upgrade. So I didn't even have the money here because you guys know how Profim works. You have to trade for about 30 days or so. But I was passing the accounts and all that. So I said that it's time for me to upgrade this. So I think I posted it on Twitter. I said I was going to get a MacBook. So then I was using an HP laptop, about 150,000 naira then. I said I was going to get a MacBook because I was so confident. I knew that I figured this trading out. I said I was going to get a MacBook the next month. The next month came. I don't know how it happened. I got my first MacBook. I got it. Then I also said I was going to what else did I say I was going to do? Yeah, I said I was going to do 100K because I think I posted something. I said if you were not making 100K monthly, yeah, consistently, you're just still playing. And the only reason why I said that was I saw the life of every other trader here. I saw that trading for them. Also, I came across bars to it as well. So I saw a lot of things. I saw people who were actually really making money off trading. I was really I was making little money off trading, and that is okay. But that was just my process here. But I saw people doing things with trading, and I said to myself, "This is actually possible. Why can't I do it?" Now I have a system. I have my own system that promises me at least 8 times. Of course, I have to apply risk management and all that, but that confidence was there to even call trades live, to trade live with people, and everyone take the same trade as you. It's actually rare. So I was doing that consistently, like consistently. I was like, okay, since I have this, I can do these things that these guys are doing. Why can't I do these things? Then one time I saw buyers did, I think it was a $200,000 withdrawal, and I was like, damn, this is it. I was like, this is it. I'm going to do this. Right. I said I was going to do it, and then a couple of weeks later, that was when I got my first payout, my first prop firm payout, right? Which was equivalent to about $20,000 here, $20,000. And so far, I was able to do that consistently, withdrawals like that consistently. And before you knew it, before April, I think I had hit my first 100, just my first 100 accumulatively, of course. I didn't like save the whole 100K, right? I didn't like have the whole 100K at once, but I had done about 100K accumulatively from trading. Right. Then I, also said on Twitter, yeah, I think I tweeted something. I said, if you're not making 100K monthly, you're not doing anything. And I was basically just talking to myself because I knew it was possible. Because I've seen other traders live, and I know what was actually possible. Because I spend most of my time on YouTube, even though some of them are actually faking it, which is very much okay. Some people don't know the reason why they're on the internet and all that, but I knew it was possible with trading, right? So I've been able to take myself from someone who is making less than $1,000 monthly to doing 20,000 consistently, right? And being able to accumulate 100K. My goal for the year, I was able to do it like the third or fourth month of the year. I realized I knew I could do it. A lot of people actually bashed me, telling me it wasn't possible. That how would you make 100 million naira monthly, and how would you make 100K monthly? It wasn't possible. Blah 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 blah. But I knew I knew within me that it was actually possible. Yeah. So yeah, I went through the whole process and all that. I knew it. I was going to do that. I was going to do it, and then August, I did it. In August, I did 100K. September, I did much more. October, I did much, much more. And then it just kept getting better. Like, really, really better, just like that. And trading did all of these things. Yeah, trading did all of these things. Now, this now brings me to the things that I did. Right. First thing that I told you guys of how I came up with um my own method, yeah, of trading, which I also which I got the idea from one of Paladin's videos, right? YouTube videos, which was he traded one particular setup. Then I went through other successful traders as well. I realized they always they have one thing in common, which was waiting for one particular setup to work out and they put in their money. And that was something that was really, really common amongst the successful traders. And that was one thing I emulated, right? And the same thing is working for me now. So I know a lot of traders, they've made money off this, they are doing their own thing, which is very fine. I'm not saying you have to be like every other trader, but I believe, yeah, because this is something that worked for me and many others, yeah. And then to actually succeed in life, learn from a successful person. I mean, someone who's actually successful at this field. You want to know how the person did it here. You really want to like go through, you just want to know. It is very important, and that was one person. That was who I was or who I am. I still am, yeah. So I went on call with Baz as well. I even realized that Baz was just trading order blocks. You just wait to see his order block and it trades. I'm like, yo, bro, that is how you're able to make 1 million, 2 million. And I'm like, okay. I went through Paladin as well. I went to Omar. Every other trader out there, they just have something that unique thing here, their own kind of entries and all that, but they tend to just wait for that particular thing. And then that was what I emulated. That was the first step. Also, the discipline part, trying to own. I needed to understand that trading basically there is no holy grail. That I was the holy grail, right? I needed to understand that because I realized that at first I thought knowledge was everything. That if you know this, if you know the whole thing in trading, that you will make so much money. But it turns out knowledge wasn't even a thing. When it comes to trading, knowledge is like 10% of trading, yeah. You could know everything because trust me, all through 2022 when I was learning everything, I knew so much. I had so much information that while backtesting, I could make I could make $1 million once in 1 minute back testing because I knew so much. I had a lot of information, but I wasn't making money off it consistently. I was supposed to mention someone, but no, let's leave that aside. But I realized everyone that they actually know a lot of things and all of that, they're not really making money. There's this argument about high city boys making money or not, but look at the statistics here. These guys that have so much information that just want to know everything. Are they really making money off trading? You guys, we can all evaluate that, but I don't want to go into that. But I realized that trading basically isn't more of how much you know, right? But how you can apply it yeah, how you can control yourself. All of this is the basic stuff, which is just yourself, yeah, your emotions when it comes to trading. And I was able to deal with all of these things from by learning from others. YouTube videos. I spent my time watching all of these videos and then going through the process as well. So I was able to just grow real fast. I spent it was more like sacrificing about a month or so, a month of fun, basically. Of course, I did sacrifice the whole of last year, but talking about recently, right? Because last year didn't really yield everything I did last year didn't really yield a positive result and all that. But this year, say that month, that February, that whole month that I spent away from everyone and everything, changed everything for me. Changed everything. Now the confidence is so high, I could risk $50,000, $10,000 on a trade. I could even give people trades and say, yo, take this trade. You take this trade, and they make money off it. Not once, not twice, not three times. You get? So it is like literally everything just changed like that. And then, so I want you guys to just pick. I mean, if you're probably listening here, you're able to understand a few points or pick a few points from everything I've said and probably make use of it. But then, the most important thing is if you're probably not making it off trading yet, you need to sit back and realize that you are the problem and not even your knowledge. Of course, you need to seek specific knowledge. It is very important. You could be doing the wrong thing over and over, right? Thinking you are the problem. You could have the wrong knowledge, of course. Yeah, but still, yeah, after getting the knowledge, what you do with the knowledge is what makes you a profitable trader. What you do with the knowledge is what makes you a profitable trader, not even the strategy or the knowledge you actually gain here. So, what else? It's just you and learn. You say you could. You say you if you're still struggling, I would advise you sacrifice or swap your time for Netflix for YouTube. Watch reasonable videos on YouTube. Of course, the lifestyles and all that to motivate you once in a while. That is, if you're a car guy, I recommend you. That's actually something that inspires me because I love cars a lot here. So aside that, I tend to watch videos that would actually add to everything I know and just increase that my drive and everything related to trading. Just learn, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning, but understand that at some point you need to just stop focusing yourself. You need to figure out something out of everything you've learned here, out of everything you've learned from this person. Figure out one particular thing that you think you've seen over and over, probably his setup. I think you've seen over and over. Focus on it, just that stuff. You can just try it for a month, right? Discipline yourself not to take any other setup. Just focus on you need to like back test it first and see if this actually works really really well, right? After you back tested now, practice it with a proper count and see if you don't pass the account in a month. See if you don't pass the account in a month. And every other thing, risk management, all of these are things you actually learn on Twitter and all that, right? So I don't think I should be talking about that, but risk management is very important. But once you're able to figure out that thing that works, that really, really works, yeah, you become so untouchable. You even become a beast to yourself. Imagine yourself, you know, being so confident to risk so much and then the trade going in your favor. It boosts your confidence again. You're able to believe more in your system, and then of course you take losses. Yeah, it's very normal to take losses. And the one where I was able to deal with losses or drawdowns is understanding. I also now this is everything I actually know today. I actually learned from someone. I was also watching one of Paladin's video back then on losses. Yeah, when he said something about flipping coins or something. I can't remember the exact words, but I was able to come up with something here which reduced my fear of losses. And I think it's going to help you as well. Right. So let's assume you have something that works 8 times or at least 5 times out of 10 times here. And then You plan, okay, you have an account that you want to trade. And this is where risk management comes in. You need to be able to understand, okay, you want to assume that, okay, I have 10 times to try. And if I lose this account after 10 trials, yeah, I mean, if I can't make a win out of 10 trials, that means what I am doing is wrong, right? There is no way you will take 10 losses in a row and you call yourself a trader, right? That is pretty bad. Forget about you being in a losing streak. Losing streak shouldn't, I don't know how everyone else do it, but my losing streak basically is me taking 4 losses in a row rather. So if after 10 trials, yeah, you still didn't get any win, there's something wrong with you and there's something wrong with how you are trading. But for me, what actually beat my confidence and um exuded the fear of losing was me understanding that, okay, I have this account now. I want to prepare the account for 10 trials, at least 10 trials. Yeah, I want to divide the um the equity. Yeah, I want to divide it into 10 trials. So let's assume I have a $10,000 or $100,000 prop firm account. Yeah, so I know I want to try it each 10 times. I want to give it a try 10 times. That means I'm going to risk 1,000 each on each trade. Yeah, and we all know I do only 1 to 3 most times. Yeah, 1 to 3. So that means I'm able to get at least 2 wins or 3 wins. I'm still up in profit here. And even if I take losses before the wins, I still won't lose the account. So that way I'm able to, that confidence to actually, go on, take more trades actually, because I know I can't take 10 losses, right? I don't know that now. This depends on how you trade. If you trade and you actually take 10 losses, I don't know if you're able to pass a proper count or you're able to come out from the drawdown. Because for me, yeah, I don't know. Some people who actually risk 0.5 on their trades and all that. It's cool, yeah. That means you want to take a long time to pass the challenge and all that. But I see a challenge account has a playful thing. So I tend to risk 10% of it. So I try it 10 times. For me, it's just 10 times. Then if I'm able to pass it, if I'm able to, if I were to take about 2, 3 wins in a row, I've passed the account or the challenge. And basically that was basically how I was able to just scale up really, really fast with prop firms and even personal accounts in was it not October? So I deposited $10,000 using the same thing. I wanted to give it a try for 5 times, yeah, which was risking $2,000. I gave it a try I planned to risk $2,000, 5 trials, yeah, 5 trials, and at the end of a week, I was able to make about $40,000 on a $10,000 account, right? I was able to make $40,000. I tried the same thing on a $10,000 on a 100K account as well. I was able to make approximately 250K on a 100K, just risking a particular amount. Yeah, and just understanding that you need to give it trials, how many trials before you lose this account, and that is risk management basically. So putting all of these things together makes you a better trader and makes you see results really, really quick. But the first thing is to just discover something that works for you first. Yeah, discover that magic. Yeah, that magic basically. And I think that was something I discovered that changed everything. I think that will be all. It's been an hour already. So, Mr. Tipo, that's it.
Thank you so much, Dax. I'm grateful for your time and for the information you've shared. Like I said earlier on, we won't be taking any questions because I think and I know what Dax shared is enough for everybody to go back, sit down, and reevaluate ourselves, right? And I'm big on timing. Like, we shouldn't take too much time so that everybody can go back and work on themselves. Thank you, Dax. I love your story, and I can tell you that this is really really big. Like, hearing the details now, I've actually never had the details before. Yeah, I've read your thread online about your story, but it's way more detailed now. Like we all understand where you are coming from and what you've been through. And thanks for motivating us to do more and to do well. I'm really grateful for your time and the energy you put in tonight. Thank you so much. Okay. I know you guys, a lot of you guys have questions, yeah, but the truth is that uh, Dax simplified it enough, right? And if you've been jotting, you've been noting some important points, all you just need to go do is to go back and work on yourself. Like that's just the answer to it all. Work on yourself. You just have to work on yourself. And like I said earlier, in next 2 minutes we'll end the space meeting. Like I said earlier, we have two things, and this is one for tonight. And we are thankful to Dax for honoring our invitation. The second thing is we also thought about it that okay, how do we? Like I said, it is just about helping everybody in the community in the way we think we can, right? So I thought about it that okay, how do we uh, help people? Now you have enough information to propel you. Now if you have personal questions, like you want to sit down one on one with me, I am looking forward to having like a one-on-one discussion with anybody that is interested. We can do it via video call, we can do it via uh, voice call, and we just discuss probably 10 minutes per person. Okay, how do you become better? What do you need to do? You can share your story if you actually want to share your story, and we just actually have discussion on how to become better, right? So if you have questions, you can ask there, and then we can help you out, right? So I think we should be starting this Friday, and I promise to devote my time and energy to it. Now, finally, before Dax leaves, I would actually like to thank everybody. I see a whole lot of people here, people I cannot do without, but saying thank you to you guys. Finance Geek, Promise Nicholas. I saw Kamal earlier on. I saw Gangs. I can see Gang Sam. I can see all of you guys. My Funding Peace family. I love you all. Like you guys are big, like big. I honor you guys. I know I don't talk a lot, but the truth is that I honor you guys. I love what you guys are doing for this family, for this society, for this community. The truth is that what you guys are doing, you might actually not know the impact you are actually making, but the truth is that you are making impact. You guys are changing lives, and you guys are touching lives, and I would encourage you guys to keep going on. I know at times our community can be very undeserving, but we still have people that we touch their lives, and they are actually always grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for every one of you guys. Now finally, how do we appreciate Dax? So I think it will be honorable for all of us to drop our favorite emoji for Dax. And yeah, we can all drop our favorite emoji for Dax. If you are not following Dax, please follow Dax. You can follow my co-host also, UCT and Abayomi, Oyeshola Abayomi, and follow me myself. Okay, let us do it together. You need to, that has given us a lot tonight, so you need to post drop your favorite emoji to at least honor him for the good work done, right? Okay, let us go. 3 2 1 go. All right, thank you so much, everyone. And also, that there's something I have to say before going off. uh, I noticed, okay, I saw Professor Never Miss, and also I noticed Tim is actually really not too active. Professor Never Miss also is not really too active again, and also Ohaji. I've really missed Ohaji. I've tried to text Ohaji and he's not active. I know you have close contact with them. Uh, I don't know if you can actually help us check in on them. He has not replied my text yet, but hopefully. it does. All right, thank you everybody, and have a good night, Rex. Thank you so much, Dax. We are honored to have you. Good night, everybody.